over my head like a mafia hitman collecting on a loan. I did what was right in life by pursuing a college education, and this is what I have in return for it. My story is just a sliver of the many millions out there facing similar fates. It is my understanding that you have the power to help those of us struggling to pay our student loan debt, and I am hoping that you will meet with Mr. Applebaum and Ms. Johansson to discuss ways in which the Department of Education could immediately help millions of Americans who are destitute as a result of pursuing higher education. I am urging you to consider Mr. Applebaum's proposal to forgive student loan debt. You can read his proposal here at http://www.forgivestudentloandebt.com. I am part of an ever-growing grassroots movement. At this point, the Forgive the Student Loan Debt movement has 238,683 supporters, and that number was as of the date of me writing this, and that was on October 8th, 2009. Now it is well over 239,000. Many of us possess advanced degrees, JDs, MAs, MBAs, etc. Despite our achievements and various talents, we feel hopeless, angry, and desperate as a result of realizing that we're trapped in a system that is corrupt, broken, and woefully unregulated. In an attempt to further public awareness, Ms. Johansson has now recruited the first group of Forgive Student Loan Debt volunteers. These volunteers are actively recruiting more individuals to help her collect donations, assist her with organizing more cohesive and active groups across the United States, and so forth. In addition, Mr. Applebaum will be implementing regional chapters with team leaders to establish further collective cohesion, adding to Ms. Johansson's success in her nationwide organizing. We feel as if we've been forgotten, and it seems that the Obama administration is only concerned about students who are either in the K through 12 system or presently students in college. While I applaud your plans to improve schools at the K through 12 level, as well as working to increase funds with Pell Grants, among other things, in higher education, these measures do not help those of us who have either graduated from college or accrued debt without any sort of diploma in hand. I have some simple questions. Why are we not a part of your agenda to help lower and middle class Americans struggling with high levels of student loan debt? I won't even go into the obvious predatory lending and the way in which many lenders are getting away with criminal practices in various states. Iowa and Colorado are two situations that come to mind. B, do we not matter to the productivity of American society? In raising these questions, I am not trying to be confrontational. However, many of us feel as if the Obama administration has abandoned us, as we are somehow damaged goods. If so, why? Why aren't we worth helping? In Ms. Johansson's blog, Education Matters, she argues that the student lending industry has created a new class of Americans, the indentured education class. These people, that includes me, in this new class are hoping that you will listen to them. Ms. Johansson recently asked us to fill out a questionnaire. In it, she asked us to answer the following question: if you didn't have student loan debt, what would you buy instead? People responded with the simplest desires, and that was heartbreaking. One woman said that she would buy curtains at Target, while another person said that she would buy gas to visit her family who live far away. A couple of my desires are more on the practical side. One is to buy a car again after having to give my car back voluntarily to the bank prior to my bankruptcy because I could not afford to keep it anymore. I have since gone back to using public transportation here in Fort Myers, Florida. A second desire would be to visit my relatives more often in New Jersey, since we are not getting any younger and never know if we will see each other again in this lifetime. Many of us feel betrayed by Congress and by President Obama. The growing anxiety expressed in our Facebook pages is obvious. In fact, I've noticed a dramatic increase in suggestions that everyone revolt, stop paying their loans, and send all of their money to the Forgive Student Loan Debt movement. Rest assured, neither Mr. Applebaum nor Ms. Johansson endorse such suggestions. Instead, they both urge us to write our representatives, the President, you, tychus.org, and ask that the crisis be solved through appropriate measures. That's exactly why I'm writing you today. I fully agree with their beliefs in changing things through either legislation or by measures you can take now as the Secretary of the Department of Education. You have the power to do so. The student lending crisis is affecting the recovery of the economy. I know that there are millions of Americans like me that are hardworking, educated, and eager to contribute to American society. I am ashamed to be in this financial situation, but I refuse to blame myself. Too many things point to systemic problems that have put me in this situation and millions of others. Please do something to help us. I do not want to be part of a generation, generations for that matter, who fall off the societal grid just because I sought higher education. What will this do for the health of the middle class? Again, it is great that the Obama administration is focused on education reform. For a moment, let's assume that you succeed in vastly improving the K through 12 school systems across the country and more students are able to attend college. I'm afraid I would not be able to applaud your success. If the student lending situation remains the same, I would tell students that they should think twice before deciding to go to college. I would tell them that they will be worse off if they decide to go to school. I would say to them, you will end up like me, educated yet indentured. Please help us change this problem so that I may think otherwise. Thank you for your time and consideration. Respectfully, Nicholas F. Sacca, AAASB BS, Fort Myers, Florida. And that's my letter to the Secretary of Education. Now, I received just a couple of days ago a response from the Secretary of Education in which he sends me a whole big care package of information in this envelope here.